Guys, welcome to a new video. Thank you all for being patient with me while I was gone. Life got a little hectic there for a minute, so I haven't posted over here in quite some time. So thank you all for being patient. But today I have a few recipes I wanted to share. I guess we're going to call this a what's for dinner because it's just a few random things that I made while I was gone. So I hope you get some dinner inspiration for your week ahead, and I'll have all the links that I can possibly link down below in the description box. We are starting with the viral TikTok spaghetti recipe. I don't know if y'all seen it, but it's so easy, and honestly, I don't know if I can go back to normal spaghetti now. So I'm starting off by browning a pound of ground beef, and I was kind of multitasking here, but I'm also gonna start some water to boiling for my pasta. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and cut up an onion to throw in with the ground beef. This wasn't in the recipe, it's just something that I do when I make spaghetti. Sometimes I'll throw in a bell pepper, but my kids are super picky and I was really pushing it with the onion, so I just stopped there. And of course, anytime I'm boiling pasta, I always salt the water. I'm also going to break my spaghetti noodles in half before I put them into the pot. So at this point, you would drain your meat. Mine was pretty lean, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour in my jar of pasta sauce and give that a stir. That's gonna hang tight for just a second while I get the pasta ready. I love these clip-on strainers. They are so easy. They just clip right onto the side of your pot, and it's so quick, and I'm not dirtying up bulky, unnecessary dishes. So once my pasta is drained, I'm gonna take my jar of Alfredo and pour that in, give it a good stir, and this is gonna go into a 9x13 baking dish. I'm going to take that meat sauce and pour that over the top, spread it all out evenly, and then top it with mozzarella. This will bake on 350 for 20 minutes. And there you have it. So let me tell you why I like this spaghetti so much better. Adding the Alfredo to the pasta adds a nice creaminess, and it just takes it to the next level, I feel like. So like I said before, I don't know if I can go back to making spaghetti any other way. And of course, anytime we have spaghetti or anything Italian, we have to have garlic bread with it. I also pulled some salad out of the fridge, and that was dinner. The next night, I was making a copycat version of the Sassy Scotty chicken salad from Chicken Salad Chick. So it's basically chicken bacon ranch chicken salad. I'm getting started by getting my chicken cooked. I'm just using my pressure cooker. Ideally, for convenience, I would use a rotisserie chicken or something a little faster, but I'm just working with what I have. While I wait on that, I'm gonna pop some bacon in the oven. I'm gonna set my temperature to 400 degrees, and this will go for about 20 to 25 minutes. I definitely wanted the bacon rendered really well and crispy. So I'll put the recipe I'm following, as with all the recipes, down in the description box below. But this is everything you're gonna need. The only thing I was missing was the green onion. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut up my celery. So for me, I like the flavor of celery, but I do not like the crunch. I'm the same with onions. I'll eat them cooked, but I just can't stand the crunch of a raw onion. You'll have to let me know if you're the same. So I'm cutting my celery up super fine. Once my bacon came out of the oven, I drained it on some paper towels. You can see a lot of that fat rendered off, and it's nice and crispy. And I did cut it up into pretty small pieces because it was going into a chicken salad. I wanted the pieces to be pretty small. My 2 chicken breasts are also ready, so really quick, I'm just going to take the hand mixer and shred those up. I've got 3/4 cup of mayo here going in. I did end up adding in a bit more, about 3 tablespoons of ranch, a handful of cheese, and about a cup of chopped bacon. And just our diced celery and a few seasonings, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper. And this is where I could see it was definitely going to need some more mayo, so I added some more of that and a tad bit more ranch. And we just served it on hamburger buns with lettuce and some fries on the side. And we had some the next day with crackers for lunch. This was so good and a nice switch up from traditional chicken salad. Moving on to our next meal, which is actually a crock pot breakfast casserole. I made this a while back and I could not for the life of me find the recipe I followed. So I'll do my best to give all the measurements here in the video. I'm starting with a pound of ground sausage that I've browned up and drained. It's just regular mild sausage. And to that, I'm gonna add a block of cream cheese. My cream cheese is gonna look a little funny because it had been frozen and the texture had changed. However, it was fine for this recipe. You really couldn't tell in the end. So here in this bowl, I believe I've got 8 eggs. I'm gonna scramble really quick and pour those in with the sausage and the cream cheese. To that, I'm gonna add 1 can of cream of chicken and also 1/4 of a cup of milk. Lastly, I'm adding a 30-ounce bag of frozen hash browns. And you'll pour this into your crock pot. I topped it with a little Colby Jack cheese, and it'll cook on low for 6 to 8 hours or high for 4 to 6. Again, I wish I could find the recipe for you guys, but everything that you saw in the video, that's all there is to it. It was really yummy. Next up, I'm making banana bread. We had bananas going bad and they had to be used. So the recipe that I'm following today is 3 ingredients and that is it. I could not believe how good it turned out. I'm never doing banana bread any other way ever again. So I've got 4 bananas here. I'm gonna add in a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk and 2 cups of self-rising flour. At this time, you could add nuts, chocolate chips, whatever extra goodies that you like in your banana bread. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my loaf pan with Baker's Joy just so that my banana bread doesn't stick. This will bake on 350 for 40 to 50 minutes. I cannot believe how good this turned out. Honestly, I was hesitant because it only takes 3 ingredients, but now that I know this way, I'm never gonna do it any other way. All right, lastly, I'm making crock pot pizza. I've got some homemade dough here, but you can also use the pre-made dough from Walmart. I think it's like $1. The first thing you wanna do is spread your dough out so that when you set it down in the crock pot, it kind of goes up the sides of the crock pot. I'm also doing this on parchment paper, and I'm just gonna pick the whole thing up and set it down into the crock pot. And this will also make lifting the pizza out of the crock pot so much easier. All right, so let me go ahead and say, if I wasn't making this for my kids, I would go all in with supreme toppings. I'd probably throw in some ham or sausage and do like a Chicago style deep dish pizza. But you know, kids, mine are super picky and they just like the basics. So I'm sticking to marinara, pepperoni, and mozzarella. Set this to high for about 2 hours. You could set it on low and do double the time if you just needed more time. And I initially did not do this, but I did go back and add a paper towel to the top to wick away all of that moisture. But there you have it, crock pot pizza. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video and hopefully you got some dinner inspiration for your meal plan this week. Make sure to leave a thumbs up before you go, and if you want, you can also leave a food related emoji down in the comments to let me know that you watched until the end. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.